Well, it's certainly not feeling very much like Christmas. So when the local community asked me if I would help them put lights in a tree, I thought, that's just what I need to get back in the Christmas spirit. They picked a pretty tall tree. It was about a 70-foot redwood tree that someone had planted in their community area. So I used the bucket as far as I could go, and I had to get out and climb to the top. This is my friend Brian. He was the one that was rigging all the lights. We put them all together with zip ties, and there's my wife took a picture of him way at the very top of the tree, not feeling very comfortable because that was a pretty spindly little top I was on. I was trying to get the lights all the way to the top, but I really couldn't quite do it. The tree was way too big for the number of lights that we had. They gave me 600 lights, and it really should have been about 6,000 lights. So I did the best I could with what I had. So after I finished, I went home, and this was the view that I came home to. This is the Santa Clara County and the Santa Clara Valley, Silicon Valley, and there's a bay off to the left, and the entire valley filled up with fog. So I got my drone out, and I thought, this is kind of cool. I flew the drone out a ways and got some pretty interesting shots and brought the drone back in close, and I was kind of playing around in the yard waiting for the sun to set. And I figured I'd go straight up in the sky and see the sunset from both vantage points. The drone is a pretty cool tool. You can get some perspectives that you couldn't possibly get otherwise. And I'm up at about 250 to 300 feet above my house. And I can look out. This is the Silicon Valley. And I'm looking back at my house is over on the right, and my camper and my shop are over on the left-hand side. This is where I live, up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. It's a beautiful place, very, very thick forest. If you've been following my videos, you'll know that it's an intense fire hazard area. We always worry about fires. So it started raining yesterday, which was a real godsend. It's kind of interesting. This piece of art, one of my clients was throwing it away. She bought it at the art and wine show and at the local college, and she said that she just didn't like it anymore. So I brought it home, and I've given it a new life. So I wanted to go up and see what the sunset was going to be like. A little early here, but I really like the vantage point of seeing the silhouettes of the trees through the sunset. So I kind of went sideways for a long ways and imagined what it would be like to be a bird to fly along and see these kind of views. We don't understand what is up above us until we get up in the sky and look down. And a lot of the views are really altered when you change perspectives. If any of you guys out there have a drone, you understand what I'm talking about. It's truly a piece of magic mechanical gear that allows you to have this floating camera that you can put way up in the sky and see pretty much an entirely different world, an entirely different perspective. I love the silhouettes of the trees and the sunset there. I had to do it again. It was so pretty. I think I'll use that for a new intro. One of those should be good for an intro. So I'm going to wrap it up with going back. I wanted to see what the tree looked like after I put the lights on it. And it came out okay. It's still not quite enough. I put 400 lights in the first top of the tree and the rest on the bottom. Thanks for watching, and get ready for Christmas.